As the parent of a fifth-grade daughter, I have learned that homework can be a real chore. It's a chore that often ends with me shouting and my daughter Katie crying. Let's be honest, homework is work, but it can also be fun. One way to improve the homework done around your house is to use homework helpers. Probably the most familiar homework helper is the word processor. A word processor turns the family computer into an electronic typewriter that kids can use for writing reports and papers. Word processors teach children that writing is rewriting. Word processors have been joined by some other powerful homework helpers, including database programs and spelling checkers. When you shop for a homework helper for your child, look for a program that is a member of a family of homework helpers that allow material created on one program to be used by another program. A child can create an outline of major ideas for a report, then feed the outline directly into a word processor. After converting the outline into a report, he or she can run a spelling checker which identifies misspelled words. I was worried that if the computer corrected my daughter Katie's spelling errors, she would never learn to be a good speller. But many spelling checkers anticipated this worry. Instead of automatically correcting a child's spelling errors, they offer several possible spellings and make the child choose the properly spelled word, then type the word into the computer. Other homework helpers help children solve word problems in math, research their reports, and study for tests. And don't worry about the programs doing the homework for your child. The programs help with some of the mindless, boring parts of homework, but they make your child think harder than he or she ever has before. Math homework helpers can break children's math word problems down step by step and convert them into algebraic equations. They ask questions, offer suggestions, give students structure, and make them think for themselves. Research programs can offer databases in physical and life sciences, language arts, U.S. government, and U.S. history that act like electronic encyclopedias. But students can also study for tests by isolating the most important facts in a lesson and organizing those facts into questions and answers in practice tests that they take and the computer scores. Why should your child use homework helpers? First, they are so practical and fun that they act as a powerful incentive for a child to start homework earlier and work harder on it. Second, homework helpers make the studying process more active and more playful. Last and most important, homework helpers teach valuable skills that I, for one, never mastered until I got to college. The most important skills homework can teach are self-discipline, responsibility, and crucial thinking, learning, and communication skills that we can carry with us into our adult lives. Homework helpers let children bypass the trivial subject matter of homework and focus on these skills. And once children have internalized these skills, they can tackle any subject, with or without a computer. For the New Tech Times, I'm Fred D'Ignazio.
Oh, lovely. Okay, they ran.
Children spend 3 times as many hours watching TV as they do studying and getting exercise combined. One way to make TV a more active experience for your kids, both mentally and physically, is to invest in a video camera so you can create your own TV programming for learning and family fun. Now that you have a camera, what can you shoot?
Here I am.
The first thing most families do is buy a camera, then put it into the closet until some special occasion arises, like a birthday or holiday. Using this approach, you may never turn TV from a passive to an active experience. Instead, keep the video camera around for everyday occasions as they arise. And don't be afraid to put the camera in the hands of your children. Video cameras can be a tremendous help to your son or daughter in their studying, schoolwork, hobbies, and athletics. Last week, my daughter Katie had to practice for an oral book report on Emily Dickinson. To help get over stage fright, she did several dress rehearsals the day before, all in front of the video camera. Then she critiqued her work and rehearsed it again. As a result, She had an enjoyable time doing the report in front of her class and got a good grade. Another exciting use of the video camera involved my son Eric. One morning, I was trying to teach Eric how to cook scrambled eggs. So I set up the video camera, gave it to Eric, and he taped me cooking eggs. We watched the tape together, with me pausing the tape to let Eric ask his normal flood of questions. Then Eric marched to the stove and cooked up a batch of scrambled eggs that would have made any chef proud. One very practical use of the video camera occurred to me the other night after my son Eric spent his 4th time out of the day in the bathroom for, quote, not controlling his emotions. While Eric was spending cool-off time in the bathroom, I was downstairs in front of the video camera cooling off too. As a result, I was able to create a miniature story of a little boy and a daddy who often fought, but who loved each other very, very much. Since that time, I have created new stories with the little boy and daddy as the principal actors. Eric and I watch these stories when we are both calmed down and talk about the boy and daddy in the story, even though secretly we know we're talking about our own relationship. Another very healthy use for the video camera popped up last Saturday morning when I listened to my children singing the jingle from a cereal commercial. Since then, Katie, Eric, and I have made several commercials of our own that are parodies of real commercials.
Katie D'Ignazio! Hello. As you can see, I have the absolutely best in women's coats and finery.
Our commercial mini-dramas have spawned something else even more entertaining. Plays and shows in front of the video camera. My kids now watch TV with a critical eye and borrow things they see to incorporate into their own TV programs. Producing the programs has given the children a valuable behind-the-scenes understanding of movies and TV and has strengthened their skills in many areas, including writing, planning, organizing, and observation. So there are many areas where you can use a video camera to turn a passive medium like TV upside down and make it active at the same time. But there is great danger lurking there too. For example, I can't even get dressed or take a bath without my kids saying, "Wow, get the camera. This will make a great video."
Daddy, you're on TV.
Hi, Eric.
Expensive than your everyday toy, Bushnell defends the prices. It seems high-tech doesn't come cheap. New Tech Times commentator Fred D'Ignazio doesn't have talking bears around his house, but he says time and high-tech have transformed the way he tells bedtime stories. Fred's here today to tell us about some of his favorites.
When my children Katie and Eric were younger, I used to make up bedtime stories for them or read to them at night. Now they've outgrown those books and bedtime tales. Today, we watch videos together before they go to sleep. It's a great way to entertain your kids while still being able to control what they watch. Probably most important in your search for good videos is finding stories that feed a child's imagination and entertain them. Make sure to look for tapes that you will like too. This will encourage you to sit down with your children and watch videos together.
Look, you better get this off me. My father's a lawyer.
We'll have to take him to Rainbow Land to get the colors off.
Your children's first choice will probably be videotapes featuring popular characters like the Care Bears and Rainbow Bright. It's not a bad choice. They are well crafted with bright colors and likable characters. The stories relate positively to your child's world, and they're not violent like so many programs on TV. Yet there are other videotapes that take you beyond these cartoon characters and offer you and your family much more. Here are some examples. There are dramatic educational videos. These stories make important points about life and our roles as people in the world. Many of these stories use children's heroes to make kids aware of real-life problems. Too Smart for Strangers uses Winnie the Pooh to teach children how to avoid being abducted by strangers.
Don't take anything from a stranger.
One person doing a great deal to help children understand traumas such as death or divorce is Mr. Rogers. Here's an example.
You thought the divorce was your fault.
Yep, till I learned about a year.
And how did you learn?
My dad talked to me, my mom talked to me about it.
Mr. Rogers even gets kids ready for a trip to the dentist. You can also look for animated and theatrical recreations of children's fairy tales or favorite stories. You parents will be happy to learn that children's video is not for kids only. Be on the lookout for family classics like The Parent Trap. You and your children can replay the funny parts you both enjoy, but even more important, you can pause the tape and encourage your kids to talk about the strong emotions they feel, but may have trouble expressing.
When a girl gets to a certain age, that's when she really misses a mother.
Why? I mean, oh, you mean to talk about certain things?
Yeah.
That?
Whatever the category, here are some tips on how to watch videos with your children. First, keep in mind that watching videos isn't like watching television. You can control the tape and watch favorite sections of each tape over and over. This helps kids understand that they can exercise control over this new medium. Second, you can talk to each other while watching. If tough questions come up, you can pause the tape to discuss them. Third, video can spur your child's imagination, so take time out to play along with your kids. Kids can take a medium that leaves little to the imagination and turn it into fantasy. I can assure you it will make your family life more fun. For the New Tech Times, I'm Fred DiGnazio.
High-tech bedtime stories don't have to be high-priced.